I think it was a good day to be alive today. Nigerians, are happy about it. A sizable population of Nigerians are happy about what went on today. They believe that Wike has been bullying people and intimidating people, mowing through people.
Yeah, I think what happened to week A today is nothing short of an embarrassment. I mean, a whole minister, it basically doubles down as a governor of the state. His position has a lot of value, and it looks like he's been misusing this position. He's been marginalizing a lot of people. He's been seizing a lot of properties, whether legally or illegally.
We can always have a conversation about the numbers, the number of people they give them, but this is part of their entitlement as former service chiefs. So I don't think it's out of order. And if you have 12 boys, you can use them for whatever, so long it's legal.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the One I Need podcast. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, engage us in the comment section, and we'll like to hear from you. We're chatting about the Nigeria FCT minister is making news again for all the wrong reasons. And it's ridiculous what has transpired between him and a member of the Nigeria Armed Forces, and everything is going viral on X and all the social media platforms. Basically, the minister was trying to make a statement, and he took the camera crew, the news crew with him, and everything ended up blowing up on his face. He was embarrassed. He thought he was going to be able to bully the security forces over there. Unfortunately, he didn't go as planned. So everyone has been reacting to it, and we're just chatting about it. What do you think about everything that transpired?
I think it was a good day to be alive today. Nigerians, are happy about it. A sizable population of Nigerians are happy about what went on today. They believe that Wike has been bullying people and intimidating people, mowing through people. Consider what happened in Rivers State. They basically shut down the state for 6 months because of him. So a lot of people are happy. And then people are happy to see him being told no. And then he turned around and walked away without, even though he tried to put up a fight, but he knew he was going to lose out on that fight. And a lot of people were happy to see him in that situation. And myself as well, I'm part of the people that are happy that, somebody is able to stand up to him, even though there may be consequences for the soldier. We never can tell. But being humiliated publicly, I think a lot of people felt good about it. And for himself, for Wike, I think this is a time to sit down and have a think. Government comes and go, power comes and go, and power is always transient. I think he should take time to go through social media and see people's reaction and maybe read some comments and see how, I know he said he don't care, but then see how Nigerians actually hate him. This may be a time to sit down, take stocks, and rethink about his political strategy. In fact, if something had happened in that scene, if there had been an accidental discharge, this is exactly how a lot of people would have celebrated about his demise. So I think it's a time to sit down and rethink about his political strategy. I think he's been doing too much lately. He's been taking lands from people and then just reassigning it to his cronies. And then I think he made his match, and a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians are happy about it.
Yeah, I think what happened to week A today is nothing short of an embarrassment. I mean, a whole minister, it basically doubles down as a governor of the state. His position has a lot of value, and it looks like he's been misusing this position. He's been marginalizing a lot of people. He's been seizing a lot of properties, whether legally or illegally. As a minister, basically a governor of a state, you have a lot of work to do in your area of responsibility other than just going on a site visit. to prove a point or to bully or malign an individual based on whatever relationship y'all have. It looks like this is a personal battle that he's looking to fight, because you can't tell me he doesn't have any other enforcement or law enforcement or code enforcement agencies that could have gone out there and did what he did today. So this is just embarrassing, and it looks like he probably doesn't know how to channel plan his day or his priorities. As a minister, you're not supposed to be out there all the time, just going on site visits. To make the matter worse, he took alongside with him crew, cameraman, videoing and recording the embarrassment. It's all over the social media now. I don't think there's anything they can do to delete it. Like you said, a lot of Nigerians are happy about it, that some of our leaders have been told no to their face and nothing is gonna come out of it. But another conversation that needs to be had is the fact that individuals are using our military officers to secure their private property. Should that be happening? Is this something that our military officers need to be focusing on? They have a lot of work to do. They have a ton of tasks on their hand. But to think that we still have our military officers securing personal property, private property of an individual in the country is ridiculous. In the country where we're still struggling with insecurity, where people in the northern part of the country, even people all over the country, can sleep with both eyes closed, and we have resources being wasted on an individual's private property. What happened to WK? He probably deserved it, but at the same time, should our law enforcement officers or should our military officers be in charge of securing private properties for an individual?
I mean, that question is a very good question. It's not as straightforward as a lot of people may think. Yeah, there are military officers securing private properties, but don't forget that these military officers are attached to the retired chief of naval staff, retired. So these military officers like generals and stuff like that, when they retire, they have a whole lot of personnel, at least about 10 of them attached to them, and they can use them for whatever, for their personal stuff. So it's not like they went to the barrack to pull these boys out and say, hey, go and secure this property. These are the boys that lives with the former chief of naval staff. Like the recently retired CDS, Christopher Musa, they probably gave him about 10 boys or 12 boys. That includes his cook, his personal orderly, his driver, a whole bunch of stuff, like about 12 of them or 10 of them. And he can use them for whatever. And don't forget that these people still have a whole lot of intelligence. They know a whole lot about the Nigerian state that they need to be, secured. They need to have proper security. Otherwise, if they don't protect them, people could, take advantage of them, kidnap them, extract information from them. So they need to be protected. We can always have a conversation about the numbers, the number of people they give them, but this is part of their entitlement as former service chiefs. So I don't think it's out of order. And if you have 12 boys, you can use them for whatever, so long it's legal. And I heard that the former chief of naval staff acquired that land legitimately. In fact, a lot of people acquired their land legitimately, and Wike just came and is revoking land from people. And this man has the resources to stop Wike, and he used the resources to his advantage. I don't think there is any problem with that. They will settle it. Maybe the president will settle them, because former chief of naval staff is not a small person. It's just like a retired general. They are not small people. In fact, I will put them above Wiki, or above any minister for that matter, because a minister comes in 4 years and go. But it's just like, I saw a lot of people making the argument on Twitter that Wiki is bigger than any former, any past military general. I was tempted to ask them, so you want to tell me Wike is bigger than IBB, or Wike is bigger than TY Danjuma? There's no way he's bigger than them. So our security boys or our armed forces are used to protect personal properties, but those personal properties belongs to a former service chief, and those are his boys, and he can use them for whatever he necessary, so long as within the legal limit.
I still think that it's a waste of resources. Do you need 10 boys to secure a retired general? Is that what happens in other countries? Is that what other developed countries or even some other developed countries do for the retired general? So these are some of the resources that are being wasted unnecessarily when some of the resources could have been diverted to other places around the country needing real security, needing real help. But it is what it is. It's our country. That's the nature of the beast in that country. And hopefully they'll settle it amicably or they'll find a way to walk around it. But what happened should never have happened at all. I believe Minister Wike should have sent someone else to go and enforce the code or enforce the law or prove whatever point he was trying to prove. So I believe that the owner of the land probably got an intel that the minister was going to show up today. And that man sent his boys over there before Wiki got there, and they prevented him from entering the property. People have information, and information could get out, depending, no matter what you're trying to do, no matter what goal you're trying to achieve. So it's just crazy that somebody from the office of the minister probably tipped off the owner of the land, and the owner of the land put some plan in place to prevent his property from being seized by the minister, which is really crazy to think about.
If I understand Wike correctly, it looks like he sent people to go and enforce the code or enforce the order or do enforcement, whatever. And when they got there, they met resistance. Okay, they met those soldiers, and he himself. So they went back, reported to him, and he himself decided that he should come to the place to enforce it himself. I think what he did was stupid. He put himself in a harm's way. Almost every single one of those people, apart from him, had weapons on them. So somebody could have had an accidental discharge, and Wike would have been in the morgue as we speak right now. So I think moving forward, he shouldn't, he should try as much as possible not to get himself involved in a situation like that. Anything could have happened. Somebody could have had a accidental discharge. Somebody could have been trigger happy. Somebody could have been too excited, and then, something could have happened. Not just Wike, one of his boys could have been killed in the process. So I think moving forward, our political actors should, tread carefully, be careful. And then, it was a case of somebody trying to intimidate somebody, and then you made somebody that is bigger than you and somebody that has a more, more backing than yourself. So I think Wike went there to see how, to intimidate, the soldier. And when he got there, he got his ass handed to him. So I hope he learned his lesson. And I hope he sit down, go through social media and see reactions from Nigerians and see that nobody likes him in Nigeria. So this is a wake-up call for him to maybe re-strategize, think about his political strategy, and see if there is a way he can make amends, because obviously nobody liked him. This is how everybody would have been jubilating if something had happened to him.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I saw a post online today. It says something about oppressor versus oppressor. So Wiki is an oppressor trying to oppress another person. So it's a clash of oppressors. Thank goodness nothing bad happened. No accidental discharge, as you mentioned. But there should be a better way of enforcing law, enforcing codes and regulations in Abuja. We know it's the FCT and the seat of power is over there. There should be a better way of enforcing it. The minister should not have to get out of his office. Maybe he's not busy. Maybe his calendar is free today and he just had to, take that trip over to the location. Next time, that should at least, give him something to think about before he goes out anywhere. Did you see the amount of people that were with him in the video? It's another waste of resources that I've been talking about. We need to learn how to manage our resources better. Do they all have to follow the minister? Did they not have anything to do in their offices? It's just crazy the way we use our resources in the country. And I think the president, everyone, all the stakeholders should in fact look into this and find a better way of enforcing the law and reducing the cost of governance and reducing the cost of moving people around.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think moving forward, there should be a better way to address some of things like this. You know, maybe go through the court system, have a court make pronouncement. Maybe seek for the documentation of the land, or if it is a demolition, let the court make the pronouncement. Do not resort to self-help. That was what Wike did. It it shouldn't be acceptable in our society. Most Nigerians, or most all Nigerians, are praying for a better Nigeria, and we can't have a better Nigeria where somebody will unilaterally or single-handedly come and demolish somebody's house, or just come and confiscate your land that you spent money to buy. It shouldn't be happening. Once you buy your land and you have a proper documentation, you should be able to own it. Nobody should come tomorrow and say they are revoking your land, and not that they're just revoking it, just taking it from you and giving it to their cronies. That is bad, and that is intimidation. And I'm happy that somebody stood up to him today and told him enough is enough, and they got his ass handed to him. And a lot of Nigerians are happy. And like I said, this is the time for him to sit down and rethink about his life, because something could have happened and people will be on the street celebrating his death. And let us know what you think in the comment section about the incident between the military personnel and the FCT minister. We'll be happy to engage with you in the comment section. And thank you for your support.